What's going on, awesome people? My name is Iman Huschmand, but for the purpose of this video, my name is Mahsa Zhina Amini. I'm only going to have one chance to do this message right, and I hope that I do it justice and in honor of not just Mahsa Zhina Amini, but all the Mahsas out there and all the other people that are losing their life in Iran, especially the women that are losing their life for showing their hair. And I felt like the best way that I can get this message out and hopefully encourage other people to spread the word about what's going on is to cut my hair as a symbol of what little things there are people being murdered in our homeland of Iran for. And I think it's an absolute tragedy. It's an atrocity. I've made videos similar to this in the past when there's been uprisings and protests. And somehow people want to misconstrue it with politics, and so they shy away. But I want those of you who are sitting on the sideline, especially my fellow Persians, to understand that this is not just politics. This is absolute human rights, basic human rights. You know, when a 22-year-old girl comes from her brother, with her brother from the Kurdish province, and she's pulled over by the morality police and asked to go to a re-education center for showing a piece of her hair. And in the hands of the morality police, she's beaten and she's put in a coma and eventually dies from it. This is no longer politics, and it really has not been about politics in Iran for 43 years. It's about an oppressive regime, and the only way that an oppressive regime can be overthrown is when the world unites. You know, and when I started Unite and Conquer a couple years ago, it was with the mission to unite Persians. And I feel as though that, like, we cannot even get our fellow Persians to unite. You know, it's great to have the support of the rest of the world, but we can't even get the Persians to come together and to share messages. There's so many Persian organizations that are not sharing the stories of what's happening in Iran. In Iran, the internet has been cut off. So we have to be the voice. We have to share through Instagram stories, Facebook stories, through YouTube. We have to continue to share in our own ways the stories and reshare the stories so that hopefully somehow with the powers that are around us, we can make the change that that country needs. But in the meantime, there's about 80 million Iranians inside of Iran that they need us and want us to be their voice because their internet is cut off. They can't communicate via WhatsApp, Telegram, nothing. And so we have to share their stories. And so I want not just the non-Persians to please understand the plight of the Persians, just like how we did when it was the Black Lives Matter, just like when it was for LGBTQ, just like it was for Afghanistan, just like it was for Syria, just like it was for so many other, the Cubans. You know, so many times I've shared and reshared, and I know many of my fellow Persians, they've done it. And now we're asking you to please do the same thing. And so I'm going to cut my hair in honor of Mahsa Amini and anybody else that for wanting to show their hair are being thrown in jail, beaten, or even worse of all, killed. You know, that regime needs to be crushed. And I'm just going to do my part to join the movement, and hopefully we will start seeing some kind of change. Hopefully there's some kind of way that our people will be able to stand up strong and defeat this tyrannical regime. And so I just want you guys to know that I love you all, and I have another announcement that I wasn't going to share, but I'm going to share it now because in one way or another, I hope that it just unites our community. That announcement was going to be held off out of respect for what's going on, but I'm thinking that in some shape or form, that might even become a protest. It could just be a community event. But basically on Tuesday, November 29th, for some of you that know, Iran and USA are supposed to be having a World Cup match. And for the last couple of months, my team and I have been working together to find a venue that is worthy of Iranians coming together, where it's a massive space, great sound, great lighting, lots of room, home to some of the biggest concerts that ever happens in DC. It's a venue that I respect as a true high caliber production venue. The name is Echo Stage. And for those of you who remember, I did the first ever Persian concert there with Sogand. We did the Alabina concert there, and people loved it. And I wanted that to be the home for those who love Iran, who want to root for Team Melli, and for even non-Persians to join us as it's Iran versus USA, where we can really just come together with the power of sports. And the last few weeks or the last few days, I really was rethinking, should I do it? Should I not do it? When should I announce it? And the reality is that if the game is going on, that we have to root for our team. If for any reason Iran is kicked out of the World Cup, then we should still come together and in some shape or form have it be a community event where we unite. We have to come together. We have to support each other. We have to support our people. And so I'll be very honest, the details of November 29th at 2 p.m. are still very kind of like unknown because of what's happening. But in some shape or form, I want us to come together. It was going to be a free event for the community anyways. And so all I can say right now, since we're still quite a bit away from November 29th, is that if you believe that our community needs to get stronger, especially the community in the DC area, then message me. Let's figure out a way that we can come together. I need advertisers, I need sponsors, I need supporters, I need just people to want to plan something great for our community. The less events that we have together, that we can come together, that we can celebrate together, that we can show love and kindness and respect and support for each other, the more chances are that we're gonna basically lose our identity. We're going to lose our culture. We're going to stop celebrating our food, our music, our art. And so these type of events are necessary. So I hope that you join me in sharing the messages of what's going on in Iran right now. If you're in the DC area, I hope you join me on November 29th. Like I said, in some way, we're going to be doing something at Echo Stage, unless something drastic happens. But I just feel like the only way to make it through the storm is together. And I hope that I have your support. Like I said, share the details of the protest with your non-Persian friends and encourage your Persian friends that have been sitting on the sideline to share the message. And I hope that we get to one day live in a world where Iran is free, where the people can be who they want to be, they can dress how they want, they can live how they want. They're loving people. You know, the perception of Iranians has always been misconstrued by the media. The government does not represent its people. The government can't even take care of its people. And I just hope that all Persians can unite in supporting the voiceless of Iran so that hopefully we have a free Iran once again. I'd love to be able to go visit my homeland. You know, I'd like to believe that all the sacrifices that our parents made by leaving their homeland and trying to give us a better life outside of the homeland, that it was all worth it. My dad loved Iran. My dad loved the youth of Iran. Until his dying day, he was watching the news of what's happening in Iran, and all the time, afsus mikhord, as he would say, you know, and he would be heartbroken that so many millions of Persians were growing up living in such a heartbreaking circumstance. So I feel like I have a duty, an obligation to do whatever I can to unite our community, because my mom and dad, they did so much to preserve everything that's great about our country. And I'm so grateful for what my mom and dad have done. They introduced me to the Persian community. They used to host events to bring Persians together in Germany when there were immigrants there. And my parents have helped me with every single event that I've ever done for the Persian community. So if you've ever come to any event that I've done, any concert that I've done, just know that my mom and my dad were in the background helping. And if you guys were at those events, you know how my dad and my mom were always at every single event, helping, celebrating, enjoying. So all of the youth out there, please know that this is all our obligation, to keep the torch alive, and to do whatever we can to make people realize that Iran is a great country with great people, with great traditions, with great history, great culture, great food, great music, great traditions. And let's keep it alive. Let's spread the word. And long live Iran. Thank you all. Unite and conquer. Much love.